you get like a local radar of like where items and stuff are, but everybody around you is like, because they know where you're at. Welcome to the Hall of the Guildmasters Campaign Ideas series. The way this works, we have a list of 5 ideas, 4 serious ones and a wild card. And we have to challenge each other to build a campaign around these ideas. So you've got the list of ideas today, right?
Yep. I got a fiver for you.
Perfect. Alrighty.
Okay. So mine's going to be a little bit more specific than
All right.
just
I'm ready.
a full-on campaign.
I'm ready. This could be like a one shot or something.
Well, it's the start of one. I don't have the world built yet, but okay.
Perfect.
So
it's for me to figure out.
You're gonna start. All right. You're in a big room.
Okay. So is that number 1?
Like massive.
Okay. Massive room.
Everyone in the room is blinded.
Oh. Okay.
Can't see. And then you have no weapons.
Okay. Is spells considered weapons, or is it just no like?
Just no
weapons?
physical.
Okay. All right. What about your fists?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, okay, no weapons.
So you have to find a way out.
Okay, you have to find a way out. Okay.
And the room is shrinking.
Oh. All right.
So it's a little bit.
Design an encounter for that, Dungeon Master. Yeah. All right. Ooh, what would I do with that? Okay. First off, when you said big room, I thought cave. That was the first thing I thought of, and I was like, you know what?
Quite large.
I like the idea of like a giant underground cave with maybe some tunnels going in different directions, so it's not shrinking symmetrically. So like every now and then maybe one tunnel will cave in, or like every now and then something kind of like... So, or you could have stalactites start falling.
Yeah.
Everybody's blind. Is it dark in the cave? Would they even know they're blind? Or is it just like...
That would be up to DM discretion, but my first thought was that they are magically blind.
Okay. So there's a curse involved. That's what I'm thinking. Somebody cursed them. I would make this almost like a Saw type scenario, like oh, you want to play a game,
yeah,
you know,
like.
like.
My first thought.
So okay, all right. This is how I do this. Okay, the party is in this scenario. We don't know how. That's fine. They don't need to know that the first session.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a couple sessions in this cave, but I would set it up to where somehow. Ooh. Is this a trap or is this a competition? Maybe they chose to be in this situation because it's a competition. Maybe there's like 8 teams competing and the party is one of the teams.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, all right. So let's say that there's like 8 or 10 teams of like 5 or 6 or however many people are in your party, you know. And you're thrown into this situation, and it's like maybe it's a game of life and death. Maybe it is a game, but like in the real world, it's not a game. Or like maybe it's a gladiator type thing, but like they're forced into it because they're slaves, or maybe they were just thrown together. It's like you got to work together. So like maybe because I feel like there's like a little bit of a staging area where they kind of get to know each other a little bit before they're thrown into it.
Yeah.
Or where like the doors open and it's like, you know, can't see anything. You know. Yeah. And then okay, so I would say that there's items around the room, around the cave. I would kind of make this too. It's kind of like I'm thinking like not multi-dimensional, but like different levels. So where like there's like declines and inclines, slopes, and like some that kind of curve off. None of the tunnels are too small, maybe. Maybe they are. I don't know. But like there's like I don't know 20 items in the room, 30 items in the room, or something, and you need to collect these certain items to get out, or you have to collect. Let's say there's 5 keys. You have to collect 5 keys to get out.
I like that.
Okay? The reason this is fun is because A, out of those 20 items, 5 of them are keys. The other ones are random triggers. So like maybe you have some kind of sensor or like a location cantrip spell that like every time you do it, you pulse it. Maybe every time you pulse it, we could incorporate sneak into this. Every time you pulse it, you get like a local radar of like where items and stuff are. But everybody around you is like, because they know where you're at, you know, like it's like, you know, so like you got to be cautious on using it. So like, so you can use it to kind of like figure out where these items are. But like, if you grab the wrong item, something bad triggers somewhere in the cave. It doesn't have to be directly on you. It could just be like a trap somewhere.
Yeah. Like,
or maybe that triggers the cave to start. But like every time a key's like, because at some point there's gonna be like one group with 3 keys and 2 groups with 1 key, and they're gonna have to figure that out and then figure out how to fight each other or steal it from each other, or because if you made it to where it's big enough to where like they have to spend multiple days and nights in here, that could get intense.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like you get all the keys, it's like, oh, you win, and then the other people are like executed or something like ridiculous, like screwed up, and maybe it's like a public type thing, like if you weren't, I don't know, or maybe if you survive the cave but you lost, you get like a public execution, but it's like maybe it's a ceremonial thing and that's actually something they're like hoping for,
like a gladiator's
yeah, trial of the cave. Maybe it's like a maybe it's a an age of when you become of age.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, there's 30 18-year-old boys and girls that are like, or 13-year-old that just became, and this is like their ceremony, but like only 10 of them can live.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Oh jeez, right. And so like that's how they have the toughest. Yeah.
That'd be insane. Like a huge battle clan.
Yeah.
Just does this to them.
Yeah. And that could be maybe, oh man, but it could also be like slavery and stuff, because I feel like maybe this is how they do the coming of age, but it's also like they throw their slaves in there, or they're like prisoners of war in there as like a you know, watch them, and like they bet on who's gonna win and stuff like that. And yeah, I feel like the party's thrown in here as kind of like they're all just random people that were captured. Either they're prisoners of war, they're slaves, or they're whatever. That's how I'd have them start, and they're thrown together as a team. I would make this 2 or 3 sessions, honestly, in the cave.
Yeah,
and I would maybe set it up to where like they kind of start figuring out the feel of it, but then it's like they get a key, and then something starts shrinking, or something goes wrong, or maybe they're separate. Like maybe there's 2 ways. There's like 2 ways to get to one spot, but they don't realize that, and one of the ways gets cut off, and you're separated from a party member, and that's when the session ends, or something like to add some suspense to like. Or you could try and like kind of do it in one session, but it's like you guys get out, and then like, or maybe just to really screw with them, you guys just lost, and then you guys get out, but like you're gonna get executed, and you've got like friggin' 5 minutes to just run. Like, yeah, oh man, that could be a fun prison style setup, yeah. Or you could set up as like a gladiator style if like people are doing this voluntarily as a game, or you could have a lot of fun with it. You could have a lot of different scenarios with this idea.
Oh yeah,
I like this a lot.
It's my first thought when I was thinking of it was they knew they were going into this, but they didn't know the conditions.
Ooh, okay.
And they are doing this, and I like the key idea. I was thinking of something like that.
Okay.
Like maybe they had to find like an orb or something like that,
or like soul gems or something, like kind of
like
more
you
rock
actually
looking.
use the key. And my first thought was everybody gets a key, but if you have more than one key, one of them doesn't get out. So like they would use the key and they would wake up.
Whoa, man.
So they are actually comatose, and there's a wizard controlling them.
What if there's 30 people in there, but there's only 10 keys, and it's the first 10 to do that gets out and just...
Yeah, because one person can hoard 3 keys and be like, I'm leaving. Or they could find people and be like, hey, I have a key for you. Go use it.
And then they might screw them
and
over.
Everybody's blind, too. Yeah. And there's ways around blindness.
Yeah.
Because you could use perception with, like, hearing.
Yeah, and stealth. And you could also just simply have cantrips that help you, like, either whether you do echolocation or, like, just, like, a pulse thing, or just kind of, like, see in a small area, or... Yeah,
I think you could alter casting light as a cantrip to be, like, a cast light, and maybe you get a flash of, like, gray, and so you could see darker grays.
It's like taking a picture. You just get, like, a snapshot of an area. Oh, I like this idea a lot.
It's you could roll with that any way you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
And
That
it's
could
just
be-
a room.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just a room. Like, your stuff does not have to be complicated. And after that, you start building a world around, like, the people that are putting people in this situation.
Yeah.
And, like,
My first thought too was the way our people play is one of them's gonna be like, I know fireball. I'm gonna just try to blast the wall.
can I see anything? Fireball! You just
Yep.
Hit
Which way are you aiming?
Samantha or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're on fire now. Like, Taki's just on fire, you know? And then she's gonna murder someone else. Oh my gosh, that's great. I like that idea a lot. That's fun. That's fun. If you have a list of 5 ideas that you want us to build a session around, put them in the comments below. We go through those weekly, so we would love to hear your ideas, and hey, maybe we'll make a video about it. Till next time, we are the Guildmasters.